Hello guys, so today March 5 Sunday we'll do current affairs as usual. So we have been doing since December 5, and now it is exactly, if you see, December is over, January, February, March, we are entering the fourth month, and Plums has not stopped. Okay, every day we are doing 5 MCQs, and each day a different teacher is doing. So if you are missing these things, right, after prelims, if we then come and show you that questions came directly from these and all, later then you will regret that I did not watch these episodes. Okay, these are all questions taken from previous year questions from our test series based on current affair. All these are going to be relevant. Okay, including CSAT we are doing, and there is no holiday on Sunday also. Every day we are working behind this, so please take it seriously. And if you are new to this channel, WhatsApp me in this number and I'll give you the free foundation. And with that foundation, you will exactly know that you can easily clear prelims by doing some basic things alone. Okay, and these are the unlimited lectures which we have, which again you can watch after the foundation. Now MCQ number 1 for today. Which of the following are false about peatlands? Okay, like you would have heard wetlands, same like that there is peatlands. So peatlands are critical for carbon storage as well as the storage and cycling of water. Second one, international agreements such as Ramsar Convention and United Nations Environmental Assembly Resolution are promoting their sustainable management and conservation. So 1, 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So two statement type questions is always difficult because you have to know both the statements individually. You cannot eliminate or come to a conclusion easily. So peatlands in Africa especially is in the news over the years, and I don't think UPSC have asked a direct question about peatlands in prelims till now. So maybe in future they can ask, okay, because Ramsar and wetland is like a repetitive topic. Every year at least one reference of that will be there in your prelims paper. So peatlands also you have to study. So answer here is D, neither 1 nor 2. That is neither 1 nor 2 are false, meaning both 1 and 2 are true. Okay, so these are true statements. They are critical for the carbon storage and there are international agreements. So peatlands are terrestrial wetland ecosystem formed because of the accumulation of partially decomposed plant remains over thousands of years. Okay, so it's a category under wetland, you can tell. So the plants are only partially decomposed as waterlogged conditions prevent the complete decomposition. Peatlands are critical for carbon storage as well as the storage and cycling of water and nutrients. They can reduce the risk of climate change and flooding, provide drinking water, and safeguard the livelihood of local community. International agreements such as Ramsar Convention, this UNEA resolution, this Brazzaville Declaration on peatland are promoting their sustainable management and conservation. Now the report titled Congo Basin Forest, State of the Forest 2021 was recently released by the Central African Forest Commission. So there, whatever is there, okay, happening about the protection of peatland, and they are in threat because of hydrocarbon exploration. There is palm oil plantation, hydroelectric dam. So these kind of things are hindering or harming the peatland, which actually has a lot of benefits for the people there. Okay, so there is an urgency to increase institutional framework, funding, and everything, so that you can conserve these peatlands, and it is critical. Okay, because it stores gigatons of carbon. So that is the very important thing, carbon sequestration, about which prelims question has come. So peatland is one important factor there, and because it's repeating in the news, maybe UPSC will ask you in prelims or means. Okay, so this is taken from Down to Earth magazine. So like this, around 11 national newspapers, okay, Hindu, Times of India, The Print, Scroll, every kind of newspaper I'm reading and making things in my test series. So those who study my test series, right, I can tell you that it is kind of sufficient compared to any other learning which you get in the country right now. Okay. Now, Internal Displacement Monitoring Center, IDMC, seen in news, refers to. So what is this IDMC? An attached office of the World Meteorological Organization, a unit under the Human Rights Commission, a migrant management unit set up during the Russia-Ukraine war, an NGO based in Geneva. So this is also a favorite topic of UPSC, some body which is there in the news. Okay, maybe they got an award recently, or maybe they are very significant for a battle, or maybe they are like a charity organization like Red Cross and all these things. So something which in the news, like Doctors Without Borders, this and all have been already asked by UPSC, Doctors Without Borders, and then Reporter Without Borders. These are all already asked. Okay, so you have to know everything which comes in the newspaper. So here answer is D, it is an NGO based in Geneva. So it is a non-governmental organization based in Geneva, which is in Switzerland. It is established in 1998 by a Norwegian Refugee Council, a humanitarian NGO that works towards protecting rights of people who are displaced. The recently released joint report of this IDMC and Asian Development Bank, try to find out where is the headquarters of Asian Development Bank. It is already asked by UPSC. So raised concern regarding long southwest monsoon causing large-scale displacement of masses in South Asia. The report found that southwest monsoon is lasting longer than its season and overlapping with the northeast monsoon, causing more severe downpour, flooding, and storms in South Asia. While the southwest monsoon reached the peninsular India on time, it had stayed beyond seasonal boundary of September, meaning it is extended monsoon, you can tell. So because of that, there is problems and displacement of people in South Asia. In 2021, it had lasted until October, overlapping with the northeast monsoon. So you should know, okay, the basics of monsoon. I hope you would have learned geography from wherever you are studying. So monsoons will come here and hit the, like this, okay, southwest monsoon, which is called, okay, in Kerala, and it will also, here one branch will go like this and hit northeast. So these two are the, you can tell the advancing monsoon which comes. But then all these things will go, okay, like around June it will hit here. Then June, July, August, September, October, by that time it will hit the Himalayas and it will, or the remaining mountain terrain which we have here, it will come back. So that coming back is called northeast monsoons. Okay, it's coming from the northeast, or it is retreating monsoon. Okay, so what happens, they are telling this overlapping, means southwest monsoon is also not over, this is also coming back. So it's like too much rain and people are getting displaced. Okay, not only India's case, overall South Asia in general, they are telling, okay, whatever countries we have in South Asia. So this is the basic thing, and this basics geography, if you don't know, please do class 6 to 12th NCERT. Again, free lectures is there in my YouTube channel itself. 6 to 11 is already there. 12 also I will do within 1 or 2 months. Okay, we are doing every textbook for free. No other coaching class in this country is giving you good quality lectures. Okay, there are people will come and do these lectures, but their quality will never be even nearer to how Vysh IAS is doing, because we tell you MCQs, we tell you previous year questions, we tell you, show you pictures, so you will understand it better. Okay, now question number 3. Which of the following are true about United Nations General Assembly, UNGA? It was set up in 1945. It regularly meets on the 15th of every month. All UN member states have an equal vote at the General Assembly during approval of the UN budget and electing non-permanent members to the UN Security Council, UNSC. So this is the 3 statements about UNGA, which is not like a new body, it is already there since long time. It's a very important body also. India is also part of it. So this is a thing which is a static question about an international body. And this is like in 2022 prelims, I think a record number of questions, at least 12 to 15 questions were only about bodies. Okay, like Central Groundwater Board, or then there was Coal Limited something, okay, CCL, I think Coal, I'm not getting the name properly. So coal related, coal one association, one body is there. Okay, that one question, which this and all which usually people don't study and go. But in our test series, all these are covered. Okay, there's a separate test series, 5 tests or 4 tests, at least 400, 500 MCQs just about international bodies. Every international body, every international summits, like environmental, you take Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, or any Paris Agreement, anything, at least one question with detailed notes will be given to every student who enrolled to Vysh IAS. Okay, so you won't miss anything. Okay, anything like newly, suppose the government or international body set up a body, that also will be there in our current affairs. Nothing will be missed. But the only thing is you have to study it sincerely. Okay, not mix up with lot of PDFs and then lose out on the marks. So here now the answer we'll see. Answer is B, 1, 3 only. Okay, because this meeting 15th of every month and all is not practical and not possible and all. They have other methods of meeting. So 1945 setup is correct, and they have equal vote. Everybody has equal vote. You should understand UNSC is different. Okay, this is the 15-member commission, that is 5 permanent and 10 non-permanent, in which the non-permanent will keep changing, but the 5 permanent will be always constant. This is a separate thing. So while electing non-permanent and all, the UNGA, okay, UNGA has equal vote. Everybody are there. The whole 195 countries or whoever is their member, including you take Afghanistan or the newest countries formed, everything will be part of UNGA. So they will have equal vote during the budget and any election going on there. Okay, but the major decisions are taken by United Nations Security Council, where China and all has veto power also. So UNGA is the United Nations main policy-making representative organ, set up in 1945. It meets every year between September and December, and again between January and August. So it's like a session they'll have, and that time they'll meet, not like 15th of every month. Okay, then all the 193 or maybe now 194 UN members states have an equal vote at the General Assembly, where important decisions of the United Nations take place. It can be appointment of the UN Secretary General, or approval of the UN budget, or electing the non-permanent members to the UNSC. Anything, everyone has equal vote. It also adopts resolutions to make recommendations. However, these resolutions are not enforceable. Okay, meaning nothing can be forced upon. So now 77th session of the UNGA opened on September 13, 2022, and it will include a high-level debate. So there, this is the theme also, watershed moment, transformative solution to interlocking changes. So about the crisis which people face, COVID-19, climate change, everything is being discussed, and they will come up with solutions also. Okay, the event is being organized in headquarters is where? New York. Okay, now discussion will be held among world leaders on Russia-Ukraine war, then this climate change, food security, education, gender equality, anything which you can think of, that is what they sit and discuss there. Okay, now all these people will be represented at the event. Brazil will be the first UN member to speak at the annual general debate. It has remained the first speaker for nearly 7 decades since the 10th UNGA. Okay, so whenever they speak, Brazil is being the one who is always given the chance to speak first. Maybe some reason is there, but that is being continued since many years now. The US will host the event and will be the second member state to speak. After the first two speeches, the speaking order is set based on the factors like level of representation, rank of representatives, preference, and geographical place. So there is a particular order in which they speak, and it's not like however they want they can talk. Okay, that is the one learning you can take away from this particular question. Now, which of the following are true about social stock exchange? Okay, so one thing I've noticed is UPSC has not asked questions on stock exchange till now. Remaining anything of economy which you people usually don't study and go, money and banking, inflation, or any cryptocurrency, bitcoins, everything they have asked a question. But stock exchange, I am expecting, okay, a question can come in the coming years, 2024, 25, 23, a question is expected. Okay, so please take it seriously because it is too much in the news now. Okay, too much in the news. So the idea of social stock exchange was first introduced by Dr. Manmohan Singh during the 1991-92 budget speech. It is the public listing of not-for-profit organizations on the stock exchanges. The investors can claim tax benefit for making contributions via the SSE. India is the only nation to have concept of social stock exchange. So 4 statement type questions. Always when there are multiple statements, elimination will work. Okay, in case you have that basic common sense or basic knowledge, you can do elimination. And these are the questions. Even if you maybe first time in the exam hall you are hearing about social stock exchange, still you should take a risk on these questions. Okay, you have to take it, and only such people who take the risk will be there in the final rank list or final prelims list at least. Okay, so please take that risk. Try it now. So always I tell you, whenever there is a personality name involved, okay, or anything like a word like extreme words, those statements 99.99% it will be false. Okay, so here also it is exactly the same. It is not Manmohan Singh, and India is not the only nation. So 1 and 4, if you eliminate, right, you will directly get the answer 2, 3 only. Okay, without even reading the second and third one, because you saw that statements which are extreme, you get an answer 2, 3 only. Okay, so idea of social stock exchange was first introduced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman during the 2019-20 budget speech. Okay, it is a public listing of the not-for-profit organizations on stock exchanges. The NPOs are establishments involved in the welfare of society. They are set up as charitable organization. The SSE aims to provide them with alternate fundraising instrument. The investors can claim tax benefit for making contributions. Then similar mechanism is available in UK, Canada, Brazil. It's not like only India. So SEBI has unveiled a framework for the social stock exchange, which was notified in July 2022. Under the new rules, the SSE will be a separate segment from existing stock exchange. So it's a separate thing from existing stock exchange. That's also a learning for you. Social enterprises eligible to participate in the SSE must be not-for-profit organization and for-profit social enterprises having social intent and impact as the primary goal, meaning social bodies only, not for profit, and even for profit, but social bodies can participate. These enterprises must focus on eligible social objective for the development and welfare of undeserved and less privileged populations or regions. The new framework specifies the minimum requirement of the not-for-profit organization for registering with the boards as well as disclose requirement. The NPOs must disclose fund. So these are all again the very minute terminologies or the clauses, like, okay, you have to have this much interest, this much instruments, this much fund usage, this much days of capital, like many clauses will be there. That I don't think UPSC will ask, because that if you start studying, right, even for payment bank, for small finance bank, for everything there is a different concept. So you cannot sit and study everything, but at least you can go through it in case a mains question comes about social concept of social stock exchange. Okay, for prelims this is sufficient. National Crime Records Bureau comes under. Those again a static question about a Indian body. Ministry of Defense, Prime Minister's Office, Ministry of Home Affairs, or Ministry of Electronics and Communication. Okay, so it's a records bureau. So you have to know where is this Crime Records Bureau in India, this body. So here the answer is C, Ministry of Home Affairs. National Crime Records Bureau comes under the Ministry of Human Affairs. It is responsible for collecting and analyzing crime data under Indian Penal Code and special and local laws. It acts as a repository, of information on crime and criminals that enables investigators to link crime to the right perpetrators, meaning the right people who you suspect or is the convict. So Home Affairs Ministry has notified the rules governing the implementation of the Criminal Procedure Identification Act 2022. Okay, this is the news item which came. Criminal Procedure Identification Act has been notified, the rules. So this Act 2022 repeals the Identification of Prisoners Act 1920, okay, 100-year-old rule. So whose scope was limited to collecting finger impressions, footprint, and photograph of convicted person and certain category of arrested and on some. This was the existing thing. Now the new law enables police and central investigating agency to collect, store, analyze physical and biological samples like retina, iris scan, etc. Okay, so there's new additions have been done in the new rules. The rules do not mention the procedure for convicted persons. Measurement of individuals detained under preventive detention laws should not be taken unless they are associated with a serious offense or ordered by the court. So it's not like you can go and take these details of anyone. There should be either an order of court or it should be a serious offense. Okay. So preventive detention law is one question which 2021 or 22 prelims it came. Okay. Even about a jail, then police custody, then what is called judicial custody. It's a different thing. Okay. What is police custody? What is judicial custody? Then what is this preventive detention laws in India? Then we have parole, okay, parole system. This and all, even in the Lakshmikant textbook, you can't find it, okay. This and all, because there were a lot of arrest of celebrities and other things last year, UPSC decided to ask you these kind of things, okay, like what is judicial custody, what is police custody, what is parole, do state and center has different rules for that. So it was very, very complicated and difficult statements, I would tell, but there's no other option, okay, you have to study. So same like that, now these crime record bureau and all can be a potential question in the upcoming years, okay. So again, what all can be measured, what are the samples and where they are mentioned, which code, all things are given here in detail. Please read through it. Okay, if you have the PDF, then you can read it yourself later. Now, 5 questions a day will definitely help you, but 10,000 MCQs in a year, that is going to boost your score or double your score. Okay, so Vysh IAS students, I guarantee you, if you sit and study very sincerely, right, your marks will improve. Okay, but nobody, like, I don't want to claim that, okay, everybody who study this will get the like this prelims clearing thing, okay, because the vacancies are so less, and so it's a competitive exam at the end of the day. Like you do maybe 50 questions, but all the others do 51 questions. Out of competition, if you see, you will be losing out, okay, because they will take a cutoff that way only. They will take like, okay, all these people got 51, you got 50, so if your 50 is good only, okay, like 100 marks out of 200 is good in prelims. But what if everyone other than you did 102 marks, okay, instead of 50 questions, 51 questions, then you lose out. So that is why it's a competition. So you have to do maximum number of questions, okay. So these are the different packs of current affairs alone if you want, because you know many questions comes from current affair and it will be useful for the next year also, okay. These are unlimited validity soft copy PDFs, so you can enroll and use it, okay. So we'll come up with the next episode tomorrow, Monday. I'll come up with the history quizzes, okay. So thank you and have a nice day.